Salve ragazzi, arrivati a una nuova puntata filmata del Calice Nero. Ritorniamo, salutiamo Emanuele in Creation che ci doveva essere l'altro ieri, ma risolto il problema e riprenderemo appunto in sede live. Oggi con il nostro amico della morte ricontinuiamo veramente un live spaccaossa. Oggi c'è niente poco di meno che il Suffocation con appunto il grandissimo batterista che lascio il nome nel pronunciarlo a Mr. Margrave Anarca.
Yes, oggi, stasera sul Calice Nero, in rappresentanza di Suffocation, direttamente dopo il soundcheck del gruppo, quindi li ringraziamo per essere venuti disponibili, nonostante poi in serata debbano fare comunque appunto la serata loro, il concerto. Eric Morotti from Suffocation. Ciao Eric, hello Eric. You are live now. Yeah. Thank you for your time. Yeah. Thank you for your time and your and everything that you made it for this interview. For us, it's really honor to have you here and have Suffocation in the Il Calice Nero. For us, it's really a pleasure since we are long time fans of the band. So be prepared for a weird and crazy interview about death metal, Suffocation, you in Suffocation, drums, and everything about the music we love, basically. And there is someone in the comment section that wrote, "We want Eric, we want Eric." Okay, he's here. So è un po' in ritardo, però diciamo c'è una bella aspettativa di Eric, che ringraziamo ancora. Salutiamo anche Matteo Arrogat, Trash and Roll, che sta aspettando questa intervista, si è collegato tipo un'ora fa sto ragazzo. Ecco di l'intervista guerra. Ok, prima di andare avanti, first question for Eric. The maestro will say it in Italian, then I will translate, and after the answer of Eric, I will translate what Eric said. Without further ado, maestro, your question, la tua domanda.
Ok, allora Eric, come sei riuscito a creare un sound particolare all'interno della tua batteria con dei pattern micidiali?
Just let you know. It keeps like freezing and lagging.
No problem. Maybe it's the connection. Sta un po' laggando. No problem. But he's saying the question in Italian. Don't worry. You have to worry when I will translate it. So no,
I know, I'm on my Wi-Fi.
Sta un po' laggando la connessione. Ce la faremo.
What?
Can you hear us?
It's so delayed and everything. It's super delayed. It's like it's I don't know. It's like laggy and scratchy. Like your voice is coming through like 10 seconds after you talk. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, maybe it's a bit the whole connection situation. But if you no problem, we can repeat everything. No problem. If you
I have perfect cars. I'm on the Wi-Fi here.
Ragazzi, il bello della diretta. Come sempre.
It's just like you sound like a robot. You're like, you know what I mean? So I can't even hear the English part. I don't know why. I'm on my Wi-Fi, so I mean, we have great service.
We do not need any English part. He was saying in Italian. We have to do the question. We are not still making the question, so maybe it's a little bit of connection from our side. We try to fix it. No problem. Maestro,
I see, like that's like we.
Oggi connessione un po' del tipo del paleolitico.
Fuori dal locale, non riesco a vedere fuori dal locale.
Maybe there is the venue that have not much connection. You can maybe it's because we can hear you clearly. Everything from you.
I'm at home right now.
Home.
Sta a casa. Right now, so.
Quindi abbiamo capito un cazzo per un altro, perfetto.
Yeah, I'm home.
So you're
okay. Not.
Okay.
Yeah, we got perfect service. Yeah, I'm like, maybe you guys have bad service or something. I don't know, because you're coming through like a robot. And it's like delayed. I don't get it.
Eric, can
it's
you refresh the link and re-enter? So maybe it's we will refresh the page. Everyone.
I'll try that.
Ok. Dice che non ci sentiva, però quello che ha detto concerto. Vabbè, non ci siamo capiti per la connessione. Comunque, lui è a casa in questo momento. Lui ha detto che stava a un concerto. Vabbè, probabilmente stava preparandosi per un concerto a livello di quello che deve fare dopo. Insomma, ragazzi, le nostre interviste sono così, sono un po' pazze, un po' strane, ma sincere, senza tagli. Eric dei Suffocation. Sì, che poi Eric è subentrato comunque di Suffocation, è uno dei membri, diciamo, giovani, e comunque ha dovuto portare una legacy, no? Una tradizione, soprattutto con il famoso Saffo Blast, no? E quindi per lui era molto gli chiediamo anche come è stato entrare in una band del genere. Eric, can you hear us?
Yeah, it's super. What?
Can you hear us?
I can hear you, yeah, but it seems like glitching out, like a little delayed.
We even tried before the live stream, but what? Anyway,
it cuts out your talking, so it's like.
No, praticamente la connessione va a cazzo praticamente a lui.
Ma adesso?
And now you still listen this kind of scratchy and lagging sound even now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Whenever you speak, it just like it just cuts up like a broken radio or something.
Okay. And okay. Just
I might try and get on this computer here and try it out just to see if it's different than the phone.
Yeah. If you when we do the other live stream on the computer for the guests is better.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and let you know exactly.
Yeah. Meanwhile, no problem. Meanwhile we are talking. Ok, quindi provo dal computer, ragazzi. Noi abbiamo anche fatto le prove prima. No, comunque, ecco quello che aveva scritto in chat prima. Lui non è che sta al concerto, lui ha trovato tempo mentre preparava la scaletta per il concerto, perché poi a breve saranno in tour, no?
Saranno allora un mese e mezzo, tutto giugno, inizia dal 23 di maggio, mi sembra.
E quindi praticamente lui perciò ha detto che praticamente mentre si stava preparando i pezzi con Suffocation ha trovato il tempo per venire da noi. Però comunque, ecco, quello che stiamo dicendo è che comunque lui è entrato in una formazione storica, che sono i Suffocation, comunque con un trademark, quello ben definito dei Suffocation, perché ricordiamoci che c'è Mike Smith, no? Batterista storico, che comunque
se non ricordo male.
Mike Smith che aveva un certo peso nel gruppo, ma anche nella scena death metal come batterista di stile. Quindi sarà interessante chiedergli sostanzialmente come si è trovato nell'entrata di Suffocation, come l'ha vissuta, il peso anche della tradizione che ha portato comunque i Suffocation, un nome importantissimo del metal, del death metal mondiale, insomma. Quindi oggi parleremo un po' di Suffocation, un po' di batteria, un po' di arte come sempre. Cercheremo di fare un discorso bello
360 gradi.
360 gradi. Sì.
Io adesso sono al telefono, ma sto prendendo degli accordi con altre band.
Vabbè, ma stiamo un po' riempiendo i tempi morti, perché i ragazzi, soprattutto quando abbiamo una connessione, siamo io a Napoli, tu in Sardegna e lui negli Stati Uniti.
A posto.
Attenzione.
Grandissimo.
Attenzione. Aspetta, fammelo vediamo appena si stabilizza.
I see sounds coming through.
Hello.
Can you hear us?
Yeah.
All right.
Finally.
Fantastic.
Ci siamo.
Cheers.
Terence, hello. How are you? How are you, man?
This way.
Much easier, huh?
Yeah, ragazzi, abbiamo anche Terence.
I'm going to be a washwoman and finish my laundry.
Thanks, Hobbs.
Okay. Ragazzi, grazie mille. Grazie mille per questo onore.
Eric, you can hear us.
Yeah,
basically. Yeah, but you have to know, I'm from the south of Italy. the Maestro is on a fucking island, and you are from New York. The connection basically blew up without the computer together. But we made it. Okay.
We did it. We're here. And it's
Yeah.
see
Terence will join the interview later or not? Just to talk, no problem.
I don't think so. I don't know.
Okay. In case, no problem about it. It was good to
maybe he'll pop down. I don't know.
You can grab it with the shooter. Okay, so the Maestro, please redo the question in Italian, and I will translate so people are really hyped right now. As I said, Tony, ciao Tony. But the comment of the day is we want Eric. Yeah, the comment of the day. Ok, Maestro, redo everything.
Anche l'altro musicista?
No, che forse ci raggiunge dopo.
Ah, ok, perfetto. Allora, partiamo subito con la prima domanda. Allora, Mr. Eric ha creato un qualcosa di particolare con la sua batteria. È riuscito a fare un qualcosa di artistico attraverso i pattern. Quanto questi pattern potrebbero essere un libro violento a tinte horror, ma non di colore rosso, ma di color viola, color morte.
Yeah, I'm from the place where we invented this. Anyway, the question of the Maestro seems complicated, but it's really weird. He said that you basically joined a band and you developed in a kind of your own way a signature sound. In his opinion, you can compare your patterns, your drum sound, your way to play to a book, an horror book. And you can describe it using even feeling, sensation, and even colors, because for the Maestro, your drumming have a bloody red pitch in your way of play, because okay, Suffocation, it's really aggressive. So imagine this kind of setting. What do you think about it? This trip that the Maestro did about your drumming?
I mean, you know, when I play, it's less like emotional. I guess that's more for the people to portray for themselves or take for themselves. I'm just like technical and thinking and like trying to nail everything in a way, and I try and make everything as aggressive or intricate as I can. But as far as all that shit goes, I have no idea what fire, red, blood, playing. Sure, I love it. More
Okay. Meanwhile, you smoke. By the way, it's legal in New York, so Eric can do it. Don't bother us. Ok, Eric è legale, lo può fare, non preoccupate. Lui dice che praticamente lui guarda l'aspetto tecnico della batteria, quindi lui non è tanto concentrato sulle sensazioni, perché comunque la preparazione comunque dei pattern, dei dischi, con vari riscaldamenti, eccetera, ma anche le tecniche non lo permettono di essere troppo artistico. Quindi a lui fa piacere che si veda una certa artisticità in quello che fa. Però dice assolutamente il colore rosso, lo stile horror che dicevi tu, lui lo vede assolutamente attinente alla musica che fanno. Quindi a lui è piaciuto molto il discorso che hai fatto, la comparazione che hai fatto con la batteria, col libro, eccetera, eccetera. Quindi a lui gola. A serious question from me. Since you joined the Suffocation, and Suffocation is a legacy, even in the blast beat universe, because they invented the so-called Soffo Blast. Now, how was your first rehearsal, your first approach with the band, and you felt the weight of being in a band like that, or it was very natural and very good to have them as bandmates, touring mates, and stuff like that?
Yeah, so like it's funny because when Derek called me to join Suffocation, I was like, sick. Who's Suffocation? I was, I wasn't too familiar. I've seen them on flyers and stuff like that, but I couldn't tell you what one song was or if they were like this type of death metal or this. So it was interesting when he sent me the list that I had to learn for Summer Slaughter back in 2016. And I'm listening through all these songs, and there's songs from Human Waste. There's songs from Blood Oath, or the songs from even Pinnacle. So I'm listening to all these different mixed sounds, like from old sounding to like the brand new polished sounding. And so when I came in person and we jammed everything, I was like, whoa, this is so tight and awesome and heavy and crushing. And I didn't really expect that from listening to like Effigy. You know what I mean? Like those first albums, I was like, holy fuck, this sounds like fucking Metallica. Like, you know, the recording quality. So, but when we all jammed together, it was awesome because I noticed it's like really crushing and brutal and way punchier and really well-oiled machine. So it was sick. Now I love it. Like, you know, I didn't really know what I was getting myself into, but now I'm like, sick, I'm into it.
Okay. So you felt really natural to play with them, and also.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Derek's so nice too. So when I first came, I met Derek, and he's all, "Hey man, how you doing?" Yeah, he's super nice. So it's like, there's no that takes all the weight off. Because imagine some guy like, yeah, whatever, go do that, stand there. What? No, like, you know, it would have been a little shittier and uncomfortable and more stressful. But Derek made it very easy.
Okay. Yeah, it's cool to know because those little behind the scenes stuff are really cool because as fans we do not know. Right. But when I saw you live in Milan, as you said before the interview, the chemistry was there, the aggressiveness was there, and the live show was really sick. So for this reason, I was asking this question. So before going further, of course, people can interact with us because we are live on YouTube as main channel, Facebook and Twitch. And there is a question from a guy, Arrogat, and I will translate your stuff what you said to the Italian guys, and then I will make you the question of Arrogat. Yeah. Ok, praticamente gli ho chiesto riguardante l'entrata di Suffocation, come è stato e se lui ha avvertito comunque il peso di essere in una band storica. Inizialmente è stato chiamato da Derek Boyer, il bassista di Suffocation, e lui ha detto ciao, vuoi entrare? Praticamente è stato così, ce l'ha romanzata un po'. Ciao, vuoi entrare di Suffocation? Lui ha detto sì, mandami i pezzi, virgola, ma chi sono i Suffocation? Ha detto, non era così familiare alla loro canzone, quindi ha avuto una scaletta e ha potuto sentire tutti i brani dall'inizio alla fine, da quelli più old school a quelli più nuovi, dicendo che alcune registrazioni vecchie gli sembravano i Metallica, praticamente, ha detto proprio. Però quando è andato lì ha imparato i pezzi, l'atmosfera comunque era buona, le persone erano comunque cordiali, non era come in altre situazioni che si è trovato molto freddi, erano entrati in sintonia, quindi per lui è stato molto naturale ed è stato, come lo dico io, come entrare diciamo in una casa di amici che praticamente esatto, che conosceva da anni. Infatti io ho detto lui che quando l'ho visti a Milano si sentiva comunque tutta la passione, la chimica che c'era tra i loro membri, tra i membri del loro gruppo, ma soprattutto anche il fatto che lo show è stato brutale ed è molto bello sentirsi dire che c'è questa bellezza, anche la bellezza di provare, di stare insieme, anche tra noi che siamo fan, e tutte queste retroscena non li conosciamo. E dopodiché gli ho preannunciato che siamo in diretta su YouTube, su Twitch e su Facebook e che adesso leggeremo le domande dal pubblico. Prima di fare la domanda, quindi c'è Arrogat che chiede a Eric quali sono le band anche non metal che hanno fatto avvicinare alla musica e quale batterista si è ispirato. So Eric, Arrogat, the guy here on YouTube, is asking basically two questions.
It says
Yeah.
It says party.
Si sta divertendo un mondo, insomma. Yeah. He's asking about what bands introduced you to music, even if outside metal, and what is your drummer that inspired you when you started at the beginning of your drumming career?
Bands like Deep Purple and Iron Maiden, Black Sabbath a lot. I used to jam those with my dad when I was young. Those bands got me into like music, and even Slipknot, you know, because I just turned 30, so Slipknot was definitely impactful. Joey Jordison was super impactful. Ian Pace from Deep Purple.
Rest in peace, Joey Jordison.
Yeah, and Neil Peart too. All those
guys.
Margrave. So they were definitely like the people that made me want to set up drums nice and fine tune them and make my kit look pretty or like pretty awesome, you know, or whatever.
Yeah.
Joey had such cool style of playing. Like his fills and stuff were like flavorful and fast. To me, that was sick. I want to be like that. I want to play like that. That's cool. You know?
Okay.
So definitely those like Sabbath, fucking Slipknot.
So the 70s hard rock, the first heavy metal that was starting to. Okay, and of course Slipknot, because they were huge back in the day. They were huge today too, but
always huge.
But I remember when the first self-titled came out, I was like 3 years old, and because I had 25, and but when I got into my 10, I just basically burned that album with Sick, all the other stuff from Slipknot. So Joy Jordison had a huge impact on the new generation drummers, because he's having his own sound and his ear, and was a really great loss for all the death metal drumming scene, sorry. So it was a good guy too, because he was also a multi-instrumentalist. So it's good too that people like Joy Jordison or Neil Peart can have those kind of influence even today, even after so many years.
Absolutely.
Ok, ragazzi, quindi l'ha fatto avvicinare le band alla musica gli anni 70, Deep Purple, Iron Maiden, Black Sabbath. Invece il batterista lui cita Joy Jordison. Maestro, gli chiediamo un poco di...
Aspetta, hanno nominato anche Rest in Peace, no?
No, Neil Peart, ho detto. Neil Peart è il batterista dei Rush.
Okay.
Sì. Gli chiediamo un attimo brevemente del kit a sto punto. Facciamo vedere il kit di batteria. So, Eric, can you show us the drum kit behind you? Maybe a little tour that you can...
I mean, before, when we were talking, I was on my phone, so it was a lot easier to walk around.
Okay.
Right now, I got this thing here, so I can't really get all the way over there. But yeah, this is our rehearsal spot with Suffocation.
Ok. Figo,
we have
figo,
our home studio rig. Oh, where is it? Over here.
So this is where the magic happens, basically.
Yeah, there's Hobbs's rig right there. His stack, Derek's shit, my kit, Charlie's stuff over there. And our song list. Oh, you can't see. I was kidding.
we can see it. We can see it because I saw a big white pixel, not the song.
yeah. That's just what we're going to be playing on the upcoming tours.
But even if you can not to get closer to the drum kit, you can basically explain this. I think that it's a D drum kit. It's right.
D drum,
yeah. And you use paste as symbols, as you said.
Yeah, Pisces. The Pisces.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I pronounce it in Italian way, because in Italian we say paste.
Paste.
Like a pasta, paste. And you of course you are wearing a T-shirt from Foot Blaster, which is an Italian brand of Trigger.
I did it on purpose, right?
So you can play like this with the feet like this.
Yeah.
Quindi ragazzi, abbiamo visto un po' fatto vedere un po' attorno allo spazio alla sala prove di Suffocation, che è una figata assurda. E abbiamo detto battetti di drum, piatti Pice e Foot Blaster Trigger, insomma. Beh, yeah. E quindi abbiamo fatto questo little spot for the endorsements, and before further ado, there is a question from the Maestro. Be prepared for a more weird and artistic question from him. Maestro. Yeah.
Allora, Off the Black Light è uscito nel 2017 sotto la Nuclear Blast, è il disco dove appunto Eric fece veramente lo sfracello verso i partner. Quanto è riuscito a creare quella tecnica sopraffina, elegante e brutale allo stesso tempo? E per Eric, i Suffocation, se non c'era un'etichettatura musicale, come potrebbero essere etichettati? Attraverso un animale, un'aquila, attraverso la terra, attraverso uno smog inquinante per far sì che tutti i fans morissero all'istante?
Okay. The Maestro basically did your question about the full length when you joined it is Of Dark Light, which is one of my favorite record, because one of my favorite track is Clarity Through Deprivation. That kind of breakdown, it's really breaking stuff. I want to punch babies. As an hardcore kid, I want to make something moshing like this. But yeah. Yeah, but the maestro is asking you about the how was your approach making the drum part during the, even if the songwriting, if you were already into that chemistry with the other guys, and if you can describe it to someone that does not know about this album, not using the genre of music, but using sensations, using even an animal. So this album sounds like a jaguar, sounds like something like that. Can you make Can you make a comparison and describe it, the process, and also the brutality of this album, which is really modern, the way of sound, but also into the style of Suffocation. So basically, both new and old fans can have a perfect, in my opinion, a perfect product with this album. In my opinion, I love it. This album is one of my favorites.
Yeah, dude. I mean, it was my first album with Suffo, so I knew I had to do some crazy shit, or at least make it as jaguarish as I can, you know, and make it fast and aggressive. And a lot of the songs had already written, and Kevin Talley had put some parts and stuff over some some sections. But like, for example, like the song "Your Last Breaths" was all it was the same tempo, but there was not like doubles and all this shit over everything. It was just more like straightforward blasting and different parts. Like, but either way, I tried to really just go all out with that one at the tempos, and my approach was really just try and make it as crushing as I can, you know. And they were all gassing me up because I'm sitting there just playing drums, like miking up the kit and all that shit, testing stuff out, getting my levels. And you know, Hobbs is sitting there with Derek watching, and they're even just like, "How are we gonna make that sound not fake?" Like they're watching me play. Like, we just watched them play the section, and like I heard it and saw it, and I listened. I'm like, it sounds like a machine. And I'm like, I'm like, how are we gonna make this sound real when it is? But it still comes out like, because you know, double strokes. It's just it comes out really clean, and it's not too hard to do. But I really wanted to just make it as like, you know, crushing as I can, and not show off in any way, but complement every riff in the most extreme version. Like, you know, someone will give you a riff, and you're like, all right, I'm gonna write a story here and put like a beat, a more like groovy beat. For me, it was, my mind was, no, we're running, we're going everything I can, splashes, little chinas everywhere I can. So there's never just like one part that's just like a boring part. There's always, I try to put like a little ghost note here to make that section different, or add these two accents on the splashes. I don't know. It's funny that way for me, I find. You know?
But when you do the double strokes, when you recorded the album, you still do the trick of the broken sticks with your pedal? Okay.
Yeah, I've had that forever since I was like.
No, because I saw the multiple times on the toilet. Your interview with Martin Jovanovic. Was really great to know your approach to double strokes, and even listening to the album, I was wondering, wow, he's doing like this, and even the riffing and stuff. So basically, you wanted to sound the more extreme possible, just to fit whatever they were playing, basically.
Yep.
And not of course not to show off, but just to say to the people, I can do it. This is my style, and just
exactly. Or just like make the guys smile. Like sometimes Derek and Hobbs would have a riff and they have a beat in mind, and I'll throw something at them that they didn't at all think, and now they're listening to it like from a different standpoint, from like a viewer's point. It's like, yep, do that right there. That's fucking crazy, you know. And then I'm like, all right. So
okay.
You know, it's fun working together with each other like that.
No, it's good to know, because the next question would be more about the composition with the guys. So it's great that you did answered me with something that I wanted to say in the next one. So it's good that you have this kind of mindset to the guys and say, this is the riff, I can do it, and basically working as the band that the first band, because when I did, for example, my first band, we were working and writing together without any DAW and any computer, so just rehearsing and trying. So it was like this.
Yeah.
I am correct. Ok.
Yeah, exactly.
Ok, quindi ragazzi, per Eric l'animale per descrivere, io gli ho suggerito il giaguaro, lui dice che è d'accordo con me, l'animale per descrivere la sua situazione è questo, però lui praticamente si sente molto legato a quest'album perché è il primo che ha fatto con Suffocation. E riguardante la questione della brutalità, lui è d'accordo anche col fatto delle immagini che tu hai creato, Maestro, perché alla fine lui ha tentato di prendere le parti di Kevin Telle, che sarebbe il vecchio batterista dei Suffocation, che è stato dal 2014 al 2016, di prendere alcune parti, perché alcune parti del disco erano state già fatte, e di fare la cosa più estrema possibile. Infatti il bassista, quando lui ha provato le parti anche con i doppi colpi, che è una sua specialità, infatti gli ho chiesto se lui fa ancora uso del suo trucco personale di mettere praticamente un pezzo di bacchetta rotta sulla parte dove sta il tacco per avere una sorta di rim per scivolare meglio col doppio colpo. Sì, lo faceva, e praticamente lui ha fatto tutti questi suoni super estremi, quindi questo doppio colpo così, perché il suo approccio è manco fare il groove, è di buttarsi e fare la cosa più estrema possibile. Quindi praticamente lui voleva fare sostanzialmente più casino possibile, e vedeva proprio l'immagine dei membri del gruppo che sorridevano, che erano proprio entusiasti di questo nuovo modo di approcciarsi. E quindi fondamentalmente la sua volontà di suonare era andare subito al sodo, scassare tutto e andarsene praticamente. E io ho chiesto: ma come i pezzi li avete scritti così, provando? Perché parte della prossima domanda la riguarda la composizione. Ho detto sì, noi provavamo come le prime band che si mettevano insieme e facevano le cose, paradossalmente. E come situazione lui dice sì, ha detto Giaguaro, poi che altro ha detto che praticamente lui hanno detto proprio testuali parole. Quando ha provato la parte con i doppi colpi, il bassista ha detto: tu ci devi dire come facciamo a non farla sembrare finta, perché andava talmente come una macchina che sembrava fatta tipo da un campionatore, da un qualcosa di finto. E quindi lui si è messo a ridere e ha detto: no, ma questo è il mio modo di suonare, i doppi colpi anche col trigger e tutto, però creare quel muro di suono che poi, sentendo l'album di Suffocation, e lui parla proprio della traccia numero 3, Your Last Breath.
Grandissimo.
Poi leggiamo anche quel commento. Grazie. So people is making a congratulation about your answer and even me translating it. So, but the heroes of today is still him with this comment.
Yeah.
Grazie. Cerchiamo di fare il possibile per fare un'intervista diversa dal solito, ma per farla capire un po' a tutti, perché poi basta che scrivi su YouTube Interview with Suffocation e potete trovare l'intervista, ma noi abbiamo l'intervista bilingue. So Calice Nero have the first bilingual interview, Italian and American, with Eric of Suffocation. So we try to do our best to translate, no problem. So people is asking about your approach in composition, because you are in the rehearsing room. You partially answered that before. So Eric, my question is about how you guys figure it out, how you guys rehearse, what is the environment, because you are in the rehearsal room. You showed us a little bit of it.
I mean, it's great because me, Derek, and Hobbs live in the same house. So anytime we want to jam, we just come downstairs and jam. It's right here. And then Hobbs also has a mini version of this in his room. You can play guitar right in his room, and he's got this big screen up.
So basically, you guys live together.
Yeah, except Charlie's 15 minutes down the road.
But you guys,
Ricky lives in Memphis, but he has his own little home studio too, where he is active with us and with the new album. We're doing a new album right now, so we have this studio right here, and anything we do, we just record right into here, and then Hobbs and Derek take it upstairs to their rigs and mess with levels and mixes and all that shit, and play it over and over again, so we get accustomed to hearing it and shit. So it's really good dynamic, and composure is easy because, like, we've got all this stuff right here and we're all living together. So it's so easy.
Okay, so basically you live every day into it, basically.
I mean, we don't jam like every day. We do Monday, Wednesday, Fridays as like band rehearsal. So we'll jam like the whole song set list because we're about to go on a tour with Atheist.
Yeah.
So, but writing is different. We all kind of write. Hobbs writes in his room. Charlie writes at his house. And then when we come here, they bring it to me and they tell me what they have an idea for, and then I play on the kit.
Okay, so you guys are making something like this because you are now also writing for the next album.
Yeah.
We can have some spoilers about the some when it will be released, or we cannot say anything about it.
I mean, we only have projected time frames. We don't know
the
exact thing. I know that we have a bunch of touring coming up right now. We're doing the Atheist tour, and then we're doing August in Europe, and then we're doing another bunch.
Okay. August in Europe, also Italy or not?
I have festival season, right? So
festival season. Okay.
That's all runs around the fests and shit. Maybe a couple in between shows, but I'll let you know when I find out.
Okay, of course, guys. Suffocation social media pages. You will have the dates when they will announce it.
Yeah.
Another comment from Marco King Herrick. Tarzanelli is, which in Italy it's a funny word, Tarzanelli. But Tarzanelli is asking you, what is your favorite color?
I don't know.
Black. I don't know.
You ever see that movie Ex Machina? I love the line where he's like, I guess since I'm not 8, I don't have a favorite color.
Ok. Bellissimo. Vabbè, penso che avete capito la citazione al film, è inutile che ve la traduco, dai. Comunque, praticamente ci hanno detto che quanto riguarda la composizione che gli ho chiesto io, loro fanno, nella settimana fanno comunque delle jam insieme perché si stanno preparando al tour, però...
There we go. I'm up.
Però I'm reading a stupid question that I want to make you because it's really funny, but I'm translating before it. La posso leggere, maestro, no? Comunque lui ha detto che praticamente vivono insieme, ognuno ha la sua camera, però tutti quanti praticamente vivono tutti i giorni insieme, a parte tipo qualcuno che abita vicino. Praticamente loro vivono, scrivono, suonano tutti i giorni, stanno insieme tutti i giorni, praticamente vivono di questo, perché fanno questo ovviamente, e stanno tutti quanti insieme, e quello è, ovviamente avete visto la sala prove, e praticamente loro hanno un mini rig sparsi nelle varie camere, scrivono e poi si vedono insieme e fanno le cose. Gli ho chiesto se si può dire qualcosa riguardo le tempistiche dell'album, ci stanno lavorando, poi sapremo tutto, però hanno dei tour da recuperare ovviamente da 2 anni e in Europa torneranno per i festival. E io ho chiesto se avessero già qualcosa da dire in Italia, ha detto ragazzi non lo so, stiamo ancora in trattativa, bla bla bla, si sa, no? Sì. Posso leggere la domanda?
Ma lascia stare.
No.
Lascia stare.
Sicuro? Ci facciamo una bella risata.
Ma
vado, dai. Eric, people is asking what age you lost your virginity. I don't know. What the fuck, guys? Ask about death metal, not this bullshit.
No comment. I don't know. I was like,
fate i cazzi vostri. Ok.
I don't know. Fucking like 17.
I don't care anyway.
Allora,
it was funny. And Arrogat, sì, praticamente sono coinquilini, tranne qualcuno che abita poco distante. Questa è la figata proprio. Parlando di cose serie. Okay.
Allora, invece adesso Eric deve prendere una poesia, però all'interno di questa poesia ci devono essere altri 2 batteristi, Eric Rutan e George Collias. Come riuscirebbero a creare una colonna sonora all'interno della poesia con una penna?
Okay, so the maestro is asking you about a very funny question because he said, imagine that you with Collias and Eric Rutan can write a poesia,
Sì,
a poem with your drums.
Come riuscirebbero a creare questa poesia?
You can expect about this kind of art and literature to mesh up with drums and with those drums too. What you get, just a totally mind-blowing question. I don't know.
I have no idea how to answer that. What did you say?
Imagine that you playing the drums are writing a poetry, and you have a pen, but you also have to cooperate with the drummer like Collias with this pen and Eric Dutan with other pen. What you think you can do with all two guys, even if not a poetry, also about music and duet and stuff? What do you think about it?
We'd probably just draw like a big universe, like be a bunch of aliens flying around, and they'd be smoking bong.
Okay. You are
dude, like, I don't know. Maybe
you are
a lot of writing because we're fast that are it's just so bizarre to me. I'm like,
yeah, I can say it because it's just your imagination, but it's cool because basically it's kind of fucking aliens and stuff going on. Sì, una cosa, ho detto tipo una cosa di it would be cool if you can have this image right now in front of us.
Yeah.
Aliens, ho detto praticamente degli alieni che si fanno di canne praticamente l'universo, dice muovono l'universo. Marco is asking, it is possible to drink a beer with you?
Go ahead, chug a beer. Give me a beer.
Invece, se portiamo,
I would shotgun a beer if I had one. Trust me, or a White Claw. I like White Claw. I drink a White Claw. Fuck yeah.
Yeah. But we have a drink question at the end of the interview, so be prepared about it.
The answer is White.
Yeah. Maestro, vai.
Se portiamo Eric con il suo modo di suonare la batteria in qualche emisfero particolare, ma allo stesso tempo la sua batteria si dovrebbe trasformare tra il sole e la luna, come riuscirebbe a riscaldare i cuori e gli amanti di Suffocation con un verso poetico?
Adesso questa poesia oggi stai proprio innamorato, insomma. Quindi devo chiedere più o meno qual è l'habitat perfetto per riscaldare le persone con la sua...
La stella, la luna, il sole, come riesce a riscaldare il cuore.
Death metal con riscaldare il cuore, bella sta cosa. No, devo capire come devo farla per capire come...
Che riesce appunto il death metal a riscaldare, a raffreddare, ma anche a riscaldare il cuore di chi ascolta.
Okay, the question of Maestro is about basically, of course, your drumming, but also death metal drumming and death metal in general. In your opinion, can death metal be not only an aggressive and brutal music, but also can warm the heart of the listeners, even if the riff are like fast and aggressive, and also the drum is very blasting and really brutal and stuff like that, wall of sound of death metal. And basically the Maestro is asking you, if you have the possibility with your drumming, with Suffocation drumming, to warm the hearts of the audience. It is weird because Thomas of Vomitory said Maestro is crazy. Thomas of Vomitory. I will also ask you if you agree with him, but what do you think about...
No, he's not crazy. He's just a deep thinker who wants to...
Yeah, ha detto che sei un pensatore estremo, un pensatore folle.
Yeah.
And what do you think about the sensation, the feeling, and the emotion into death metal, even if it has this kind of straightforward, brutal, and aggressive music? What do you think about it?
I like it. It's you have to look at the people in death metal more so than that deep of the intent behind all that shit, because death metal is made up of a lot of people that aren't necessarily cool or like keep up with their fashion or the fashion of what's happening in society. They're doing whatever they want, and more so like the hardcore scene and the deathcore scene, you got more people with the nice haircuts and the shaped pants and the up-to-date Adidas shoes, and those people have a little bit more of a ego, I hate to say, or like a little bit more of like an uncomfortable vibe, because you can tell they're just fake and trying to show off, or I don't know, trying to do something. So for me, death metal is built up of a lot of really unique individuals that are genuine and they're really doing it for a reason. They like the metal. They like, normally because it's an outlet for you to mosh around and scream or listen to that one line about grabbing someone and beating the fuck out of them, and then you picture you doing that to someone you don't like. And so I understand what he's asking about the nice part, but for the most part it's really like a horror movie, so it's more about beating up and blood and stuff like that. But I think you can get that warm feeling by, like, for example, I listened to this band called Disavowed when they got an album from 2006, I think it is. Every time I put that album on, I'm back in the house at my buddy's house, there, living that day again. So that to me is nostalgic, warm feeling that you get. Maybe not from the song's brutal. It's about how existence is pointless and you don't want to do it. But for me, I listen to it and the notes and everything, the sound quality, the snare tone takes me right back to a warm situation. So, I mean, there's so many different cross strings to what he's asking, But I mean, as far as the first experience, if you're someone just first experiencing it, you're probably not going to feel very many butterflies and rainbows.
But this kind of genuine feelings in the death metal was also your first approach to the scene when you started to listen to it. You felt the same? Because I think that you love death metal, so we're not.
Oh yeah, I love death metal, but I also, for example, I used to play in a country band. I love country music.
Okay.
I also produce dubstep and trap and EDM and dance music. So, and I release it on Spotify and shit. So I am never all eggs in one basket type dude with music.
Okay.
But if I hear something I like it. So.
Okay. Let me translate it because it's very good answer and very interesting your point of view of relating stuff. Perché dice che la questione di scaldare il cuore non è tanto dove viene situato la stella, il sole, la luna, ma è proprio perché dice le persone. Quindi la musica, il death metal, no? Viene fatto per le persone che sono più genuine rispetto magari, che ne so, lui fa l'esempio a alcuni tratti della scena deathcore che magari hanno più una questione di ego, di farsi alcune sue esperienze parla della scena deathcore dove ci sono più gente che si fa il capello bello, la camicetta, esatto. Quindi mi dice che uno non deve tanto capire la questione della musica, ma chi è rivolto alla musica, quindi a quale persone è rivolta, in che modo è rivolta alla musica. Quindi perciò dice quella sensazione che tu gli chiedi, lui la capisce. Infatti lui, quando io ho detto il fatto che Tobias di Vomiter ti ha chiamato pazzo, ho detto no, Alan non è pazzo, le domande sono molto interessanti. Lui è un deep thinker, è chiamato, sei un pensatore profondo. E quindi lui parla che non è tanto cosa scalda le persone, ma il fatto che già le persone hanno questi sentimenti, perché la scena è più genuina, ed è stato anche il suo approccio, anche se lui ha detto che comunque ha fatto musica country, ha fatto musica IBM, dance, ha fatto tanta roba, perché non è il tipo da una sola uova, non è il tipo da una sola uova in un solo paniere, dalle uova in un solo paniere, scusate. E quindi praticamente lui ha avuto tanto a che fare con tante scene diverse, però quel death metal sembra più genuino. Dice, poi a livello di musica ovviamente ti fa sprigionare quella cosa che vorresti picchiare qualcuno, però dice a livello è proprio la genuinità delle persone che rende il death metal, ma la musica estrema in generale, quella cosa accogliente, calda e figa, d'amicizia e di convivialità di tutti quanti.
Il death, violenza, ma anche accoglienza.
Esatto, ha detto proprio questo. Quindi la tua domanda è stata proprio centrata in questo.
Veramente molto interessante.
I hope that Eric is enjoying this interview, even if we are talking like this sometime. In fact, people sending loves and hearts and
I'm smoking weed. I love.
Yeah.
I can do anything. Smoke weed. Have a great time.
Well, I got the not the best T-shirt for today.
Weed's not a drug, man.
Huh?
Weed's not a drug, man.
Yeah.
It's a plant.
Yeah.
You gotta make drugs. Drugs are something you gotta make. Like even out.
Yeah.
Fucking all that shit.
But my own opinions about live and let live. Anyone can do whatever they want, but it's the beauty of the word. It's about the difference. So we can talk about things and have different point of view, but we got the same vibes and the same great feelings and the fact that we are here thanks to metal. Because basically you are in the United States, we are in Italy, and it was great, of course, to meet you and exchange ideas. So our podcast, our interview is not like the same old stuff, the same blah 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 and stuff. We want to go in depth and basically ask people, as we are in the same room and talking about freely whatever we want as we meet before. We have this kind of vibe when we do the interview like this. And what I want to ask you is about the audience and the fact when you started to play and tour with Suffocation. What was the feedback of the fans when you joined the band? They knew you about your past project, or basically they were blown away because you for them were something new and refresh about the drumming and the whole aspect of the band, for example?
Yeah, I mean, at the beginning it was interesting because like I had I dressed a little different than the guys, and I had a bun up on stage. So I got a lot of comments about that from people. And then, here 2-3 years later, you see a lot of more drummers doing it. But I mean, at the beginning, there was a select few, because I toured with my old band Blind Witness a lot and all that stuff. So my band Calice, I was wrote with Aaron Holland there, and so a lot of people would recognize me from that if they knew about it, and they'd say, "Hey, I saw you at this show or there and that." But for the most part, it was just fresh into the scene. And then, I mean, really, once the album came out, that's more so when people would, I guess, give me more credit. I don't know what the word is, but it seemed like people perceived everything pretty well, and they said, "Wow, Suffocation sounds tight and good." So, for the most part,
they are not making comparison between you, Mike Smith, or
always going to be that, like, people on YouTube or stuff like that. Old schoolers that are sworn to liking the same traditions, and things have to always be the same. But that's all right. They're all part of the big picture too,
But the feedback when the album came out was good. Even if I saw you, for example, the drum playthrough on Nuclear Blast Records YouTube channel, people were enthusiastic about the way you play and the way you put effort into it. So I think people is recognizing your effort into put on the shoulder such a big name as Suffocation. That, of course, it's active from 1988. So really a good tradition to keep on. So for this reason, I'm asking it, because when we interviewed some of new members of historical bands, they were like, the first time I got some pressure, but then it's all good. So when the chemistry between the bandmates is good, also the audience can have that vision and they say, "Oh, the guys are okay." It's very good to know it. And just before translating, Maestro, vuoi fare un'altra domanda prima di...
No,
praticamente io ho chiesto com'è stato relazionarsi con i fans e com'è stato prendere sulle spalle di nuovo questa band. Dice, guarda, all'inizio mi hanno criticato anche per il modo di andare sullo stage, che era molto tranquillo, col codino tranquillo, molto easy peasy lemon squeezy, direi io, praticamente. Yeah, e praticamente però ho detto che poi con i video, con l'album hanno poi apprezzato, perché poi ricordiamo che Eric era anche batterista di varie formazioni, i Catastrophe, gli Apocalypse, i Blind Witness, quindi comunque era il Kill Taurus, quindi diciamo che lui era conosciuto come batterista, quindi non è stato difficile entrare nella cosa. Poi le persone, guardando poi la band suonare, che si divertono, e si vede che si divertono, perché poi i ragazzi l'ho visto anche dal vivo, i ragazzi poi hanno poi hanno poi apprezzato il drumming, ma anche tutta la situazione di Eric e di tutti i Suffocation. Quindi la band, ho detto, guarda, la band che si è formata nel 1988 e dopo anni porta ancora una tradizione così forte, e quindi te lo chiediamo perché comunque sai, molti dei nuovi membri che abbiamo anche intervistato sul Calice Nero e anche prima che le nostre strade Alan si incrociassero, ci hanno sempre detto che all'inizio la pressione era tanta, però poi fondamentalmente le cose sono andate meglio, insomma, perché poi si crea confidenza. Poi comunque quando ci sono musicisti di spessore come Eric, come gli altri, comunque sono musicisti che hanno due palle così, praticamente poi si nota che loro sono bravi e fanno questo, insomma, quindi è una figata praticamente vederli dal vivo, tutto per l'energia che sprigionano. Maestro, ti lascio la prossima domanda.
I Suffocation devono entrare all'interno di un libro di filosofia Ma questo libro di filosofia, le parole fuoriescono veramente in maniera completamente fuori controllo. Questo fuori controllo deve entrare all'interno di una strada piatta, di un deserto. Questo deserto in che modo viene trasformato? Attraverso i riff di chitarra, i pattern di batteria e le linee robuste del basso.
Posso anche chiedergli il fatto che chiediamo sempre se i Suffocation fossero una colonna sonora di un film horror, quale film? Perché secondo me ci sta.
Allora, tutte e due.
Okay, so a more cinematic question. You know, the first part of the question is about the putting Suffocation into a philosophy book from the Maestro, no? But this book have to be really crazy, words really written in a strange way, and also it reminds me sometimes about he said that everything about this kind of philosophy and stuff, it reminds me some kind of desert stuff, desert vibes. And so he's asking about how can Suffocation sound like a desert, you know?
Yeah.
And my side of the question is more easy. It's about being a Suffocation, a soundtrack for an horror movie. Which movie you will pick as the best movie and say, okay, Suffocation have to be soundtrack of that movie? Is a more cinematic philosophy question that maybe you can answer.
Oh, something awesome like the Evil Dead remake, or even the original Evil Dead, but the remake they did was amazing. Or something like that, you know, just straight brutal gore, straight to the point.
Okay.
One of those.
And about the philosophy part of Suffocation, what do you think about it?
I'm confused about it. You have to. If Suffocation were to the music write a philosophy book,
yeah,
what would what? It would be. I don't know. Probably pretty cool. Like, what do you mean? Like,
for sure, I will buy it anyway.
I'm trying to think about like how to even like give me an example.
Dai un esempio riguardando questa cosa che hai fatto. Un autore. Noi ci dai un esempio perché per me è difficile.
Ask Maestro, what would his philosophy book be?
Secondo te quale, dice Eric, qual è il libro di filosofia che secondo di Suffocation sono perfetti?
Secondo me Nietzsche.
It's talking about Friedrich Nietzsche.
Secondo me Nietzsche, perché fuori
the philosopher, really famous philosopher, Friedrich Nietzsche. In his opinion, it's the best to put Suffocation with his music with his books. I don't know if you know them. Zarathustra and stuff like that. Maestro is Maestro for one reason. He's a man of culture. Non lo conosce, dice comunque. Non lo conosce bene. Comunque, per quanto riguarda about the horror movie, since I misheard it, what is the movie called?
You know the Evil Dead? Evil Dead.
The Evil Dead. Okay. Okay. Evil Dead, the remake and the original one. The gore.
Any of them.
Evil Dead è il suo film preferito, dice sono perfetti per quella cosa. Maestro, io gli chiederei se ci può dire qualche situazione più batteristica riguardante le routine di studio. So, Eric, since I think that you spend a lot of time on the drums practicing, you can recommend us since we are both of drummers, me and the Maestro, but we suck at drums. Okay, you can suggest to us, to people that like us are approaching to the extreme part of drumming, a kind of routine that you do to warm up or to basically start the day as a routine breakfast or something like that. You say, okay, I'm here, tata pad, I don't know, doubles, paradiddles, I don't know.
I don't really practice anything much. I just jam. So like I have a rehearsal room not too far from me with a bunch of buddies, and we jam all night. But
when you did the routines and the exercise, what kind of exercise you did?
I never had a routine or exercise. I would just play like certain songs at different tempos.
Okay.
Or whatever I thought about. I mean, I think when I was young, like when I learned double strokes, I was like 15 or 16. I was like sitting there just practicing it over and over again, but it wasn't like in any timed routine or anything. It was just like, oh, stop, move something, okay. And now I'm not like one of those crazy focused drum dudes, like I don't know, but people who just sit there and like, today I'm going to do 30 minutes of this at 250.
So basically, you were just wanted to learn something like, for example, double strokes, and you put it and made it basically.
I just couldn't go fast. I wanted to go fast on my feet, and no matter what I tried, it hurt my legs. It was like running on the spot. And then I saw a video of someone doing like heel toe. I don't remember what that is. And then I was like, oh, that makes sense.
And what is your idea about the fact of the glue drumsticks on the pedals? You figured that by yourself, or you saw someone made it before you?
I never saw anyone do it. No, I just thought it was like making a rim.
Yeah, because it's like something that you have and you make.
Yeah, exactly. Just hitting the ground, it wouldn't do anything. It would, but it was like a really light double stroke, and my heel would hurt from smashing into the ground so much. And it's like trying to do a gravity blast beat on trying to do that on a snare without a rim is like almost impossible. You need the rim for it to like work. So it was the same idea on the feet though. So I just put the stick under it so it raises it, and then it gives my foot a little bit more room.
And about the pedals, you're still using the eliminators, or you switch to the different pedals?
Yeah, well, they're red lines now.
Okay.
Right, the Pearl red line. It's like the eliminator, but they just
the new models basically.
Yeah.
So very old school, double chain driven pedal, and
well, I got the belt drive on it.
Belt drive. Okay.
Belt, yeah, leather strap. You know, red cam.
It's very unusual in the death metal to have the belt driven pedal. I saw just a few guys that have the belt. They most like the direct drive. I tried, but I returned to my old double chain pedal because but I also lefty, so I got problem on trying pedals. So whatever they got, I will bring it. Ok, quindi abbiamo parlato un po' di pratica di batteria. Lui non ha mai fatto delle grosse routine, non è il tipo che si spende 10 ore alla batteria, semplicemente voleva imparare le canzoni, capito? Voleva imparare le canzoni e questo e spacca tutto.
Gli vengono naturali.
No, praticamente lui voleva imparare le canzoni, ha fatto canzoni a differente velocità. Stessa cosa, lui ha creato un metodo per avere una sorta di rilievo col pedale con un pezzo di una bacchetta, in modo tale che fa questo movimento col pedale che crea una sorta di spessore come il cerchio del rullante però sul pedale, e quindi praticamente lui ha creato questo rialzo che praticamente gli fa questo spessore in modo che fa ta-tan, 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 e fa il doppio colpo, e quindi lui ha creato questa cosa. Io ho chiesto: ma tu l'hai visto da qualcuno? L'hai provato a fare? Praticamente si è messo a smanettare, a sperimentare, ha detto: ma se il gravity blast si fa sul rullante e sul rullante senza cerchio tu non riesci a fare questo movimento per fare gravity blast, che per chi non è battista sarebbe una sorta di blast beat che si usa con il cerchio del rullante e la pelle, in modo tale che si fa così, anche col push pull per esempio. Esatto, che ha un volume di base più basso, però comunque permette di andare molto veloce. Sì, ma quello è usatissimo nel metal estremo, questo tipo di tecnica. Lui ha ricreato questa sensazione di fare questa leva, questo rilievo anche col pedale. Praticamente ho detto no, semplicemente a 15 anni volevo imparare a andare veloce, mi sono messo e ho suonato. So congratulations to Eric and his attitude to go faster and faster, and me go slower and slower. So the Maestro is asking about, it's really that you only learned with your ears and basically playing songs. So it was figuring out wow basically the Maestro is. So Eric is cool, so Maestro also did say big up to your dedication.
Invece un'opinione da critico, da veste di critico appunto da parte di Eric, di alcune band del technical death. Andiamo su appunto Cataclysm, Pestilence, Meshuggah, Lost Soul, Angel Corpse e Dead of Flesh. Quali di queste tre band, secondo Eric, in veste di critico artistico, quindi critico musicale, lascia il segno totale durante l'ascolto, e invece quale non lascia pressoché nulla alla fine dell'ascolto di
una
di queste band.
Ok, intanto che lui finisce a armeggiare, dopo mi ripeti le band che non mi ricordo. Allora, praticamente, so,
cosa mi interessa particolarmente è proprio di sapere.
I was talking with Eric in Italian. Praticamente, so, Maestro is asking about an opinion about the new, but not so new, that technical death metal bands. Technical, but also little genty as, for example, Meshuggah, or he said Pestilence, Cataclysm. What are your quali?
Dead of Flesh, Angel
Corpse, and stuff like that. What are your opinion about that kind of technical stuff into death metal, and also the evolution of the death metal? And if you have some opinions, good or bad, whatever you want, about this kind of new wave of basically new wave of developing the death metal nowadays.
Yeah, I like it. I actually love this new band. Well, not that new, but the Zenith Passage. We toured, they came out with us like on tour back in, I don't know, 2019 or 18. I listen to their new shit now all the time. I love that shit. It's all techie and it's satisfying is what it is to listen to. A band like Meshuggah is just satisfying when you listen to them. When you listen to how they put together their big intricate math problem, but it's still all in 4. It's like, damn, there's always that little, you can headbang to it, but you still don't really know what the fuck's happening. It's like,
yeah.
So weird, but it's satisfying. I remember when even bands like Born of Osiris came out, they introduced like a really cool, techie, genty, polyrhythm breakdown aspect to the scene. And I was like, this is fucking awesome. I was like, this is really cool.
So you do not dislike this kind of new concept, but also new concepts, because of course Pestilence are not so new, but they evolved, for example, during the years. Meshuggah, of course.
Pestilence is fucking amazing.
Quindi a lui piace questo stile, quindi lei dice che lo trova molto soddisfacente perché nonostante sono tutti tempi intricati, lui può stare sempre. And since I know that, of course, you made a lot of touring during your years, can you tell us some? If you can tell, of course, to us in public, a crazy tour story that you want to share with us. Ti ho chiesto qualche cosa figa dei tour che è successo.
I don't know where to fucking start. I have so many.
You can say something if you want to restrict the area. You can tell us about something that happened in Italy if you want.
In Italy?
Yeah, if you want to restrict, because I can imagine you have a lot of tales and stuff to say to us.
For example, I remember when we toured Morbid Angel, Trey, the guitar player, he liked rat fishing. It was really bizarre, and but I was like, yeah, fuck yeah, this is cool, weird but awesome. And he would go looking in dumpsters for rats and try to fish them out with a fishing rod. It's fucking so bizarre. So he was wild. We loved hanging out with that guy. We would get wrecked together. He used to also punch like parking meters and shit. And he'd be like, "Oh, come here, Eric. I want to see how hard you can punch this. Come here, you hit it. Wow, watch. Boom!" And he'd punch it and like wreck his hand. And like, you're trying to play the show tomorrow. Or Frank one time on the tour bus, fucking, there was no liquor left. It was like 4 a.m. There's no beer or liquor, and someone threw a case of Gatorades at him, and it had those little plastic circles, but one of them was empty. And I guess he like flicked the whole thing and like he got it and it launched at the flat screen on the tour bus and broke it. Yeah, he broke it.
Of course, the best, which is the rat fishing, is something really crazy.
Oh my God, it was so bizarre. And like he would be in the dumpster. Like sometimes he'd get in there. And just be in there.
Praticamente quel Morbid Angel ci racconta della pesca di topi nella spazzatura e poi pugni ai parchimetri e poi tipo situazioni deliranti scassando anche la televisione del tour bus. Every time we ask about a tour story with someone that toured with Morbid Angel, they always said, with Morbid Angel. So it's very kind of mean.
Dude, he used to do some funny stuff. Like he had the stencil that was a rat. And it said rats, and he'd spray paint it on shirts. And then this was another weird thing. I've never seen anyone do this. He would take the garbage bags from outside the venue and he'd
Brutal
take his like monitor on stage, and he'd take it off and put garbage there instead, garbage bags.
Ah, really?
Yeah, and I was like, why? He's like, because we're like trashy sounding, and I just want to sound all trashy.
Praticamente pigliava le buste dell'immondizia fuori dai locali, spostava le spie e metteva le buste dell'immondizia.
Passionate about his art and what he does. So I mean, like, he's a unique, cool dude to hang out with. What do you think of it? Like, he does whatever the fuck he wants. He wants to play on stage, stinking like a dumpster with a rat spray painted shirt, and put garbage bags in front of him and still shred like crazy.
Praticamente si è anche fatto uno spray con un ratto sopra sulla maglietta. Si è messo sti cosi della monnezza a posto delle spie, madonna.
Ma i morbideggi sono tutti ripatti.
Ma chi dei morbideggi? Tu hai capito? Il chitarrista, sì. Ma proprio non è la prima volta che sentiamo i morbidi. It's not the first time that we
There's a lot of stories. I could go on forever. But
we interviewed Kyle from Incantation, and when we asked about the tour story, he said, that time with Morbid Angel. So we got.
Aspetta, allora, cosa ha detto per la risposta invece per i Technical Debt?
Ha detto che gli è piaciuta belle perché sono cose nuove per il genere, che molto soddisfacente.
Invece qual è la band che non gli rimane nulla?
Ma ha detto che quelle là che hai nominato gli piacciono tutte.
Okay.
I'll be stuck to my guy from Facebook is asking about your opinion about Brutal Truth band. What do you think about it?
Brutal Truth.
Brutal Truth, yeah.
I can't think of a song off the top of my head, so that means I don't really have a good opinion, because I don't really know them.
Ma non li conosce molto bene, quindi non vi sa dare un'opinione.
Okay. No, era giusto perché.
Not right now, but I'll check him out.
Ha detto che voi se li sta sentendo, se li può sentire ora e vi dà l'opinione. If you want, I don't know.
Are they good? Are they good, man? Do you know them?
Li conosci? No, I just know a few songs, just one/two songs. I know from the...
Sì, sempre sul Technical Debt.
Quale canzone gli possiamo suggerire di ascoltare?
Guarda, tutte.
Maestro said that they all sound the same, so you can just type the first album, Brutal Truth, and you can listen whatever you want. The style is
allora.
Maestro is searching anyway.
Anche
He's a
l'album
kind of
1992, Extreme Condition, Damned, Extreme Responses.
Okay.
O se no, Need to Control del 1994.
Okay, the suggestion the Maestro is Lead to Control of Brutal Truth. If you want to check it out afterward, maybe you can write to the Maestro and write your own opinion, and we will post it on the screenshot on the.
I don't know.
Can we make
anche di Napalm Death, Terrorizer anche.
They have a little bit of Napalm Death and Terrorizer sound.
Okay, I love it.
Okay, there is also the Dio Papadopoulos from Greece, Iles from Aschio Production. Ciao guys, ciao bello. Ciao, my friend. Okay. Eric, now let's reverse the situation. If you want, tell to us, me and the Maestro, a question, and we will answer. Faccia noi una domanda.
I'm looking at your rehearsal room there.
Yeah, it's mine.
What? Can you move your camera around a bit? Or
yeah, I can move it. This is my rehearsal space, which is a little bit smaller than yours, of course.
Well, I have another one. It's a brand new building, and we just
mi ha chiesto di. Okay, aspetta. Okay.
Stuff. So.
Okay, this is my.
On your wall.
This is my band's flag. Right here.
So you have soundproofing on the entire wall.
Yeah, because this part here is really short. I can touch it. I'm 1.83 meters of weight, so I can touch it without any problem. Everything here is really
short. Really high in our spot at our.
And I have the this wall here is made with Spider Pig here. The wall here is made with a. This is an old building, so it was already soundproofed. While the other part was made with the same technical of like an sandwich with layers and stuff, and close it with the wall.
Yeah.
And this is my drum kit. I show you. This is my drum kit here. Behind me, it's acrylic, made in Italy brand with a rapper rack, and basically it's where my band's rehearse and when I do live stream, because the connection here is very good. So,
that's awesome. I need to do the same thing with my room. I need all.
Yeah, this is, and I have the banner because we are some fags. We also got the green screen for photo session right here.
Yeah.
So we do photo session,
That's
and I can show you my wall of shame. Because Ballet for My Valentine flag, I brought with my brother, which is the bassist of my band. We brought this. This is my wall of shame because I have Slayer, Motorhead, Metallic, and Ballet for My Valentine.
Hey, whatever.
Yeah, but we were kids because I played with my older brother when he was like 15. I was like 6 years old, and we basically jammed Poison, that album. But of course, the tastes were changing during the years. So
yeah, of course,
yeah. Basically, I am doing the live stream here because it's sound provided, so I can yell and make harsh words and go against God, whatever I want, because I got my grandmother upstairs and my parents the other floor. So basically, I cannot do swear words about Christianity in their presence. So, of course, thank you for asking me to show you my restroom. It was great.
No, you have those soundproof squares. You have them everywhere.
Yeah, I have everything because the sound is since it's really
I have to do that too. I'm going to do my whole ceiling now at my other spot.
Yeah, the ceiling. I was searching about the right words. It was really, really short. Without any jumping, I can touch it.
Yeah.
Because this was a room where my father worked at back in the days. So it's like a basement.
Yeah.
And so when I played without it, the sound were with a lot of distortion. So I put everything in the wall. I built this rehearsal with my grandfather. We at that time basically did the.
That's awesome.
I brought. If you want, I can send you. You can search on Amazon. There are these soundproofed layers of this material. You can peel it off, and you have the sticky. You can put on the wall without any glue, and they are pre-glued.
Oh, really? That's sick.
Yeah, they are pre-glued. So basically, you brought it, you pull the plastic, and they have already the glue and stick to the wall.
That's fucking perfect.
Yeah. Also in the cabinets, we have something when we use the cabinets, but we do not use the cabinets anymore. We go fully on digital without ads and apps. But
digital.
Yeah, because my guitarist is like Jesus Christ. He's insane. He's in fucking pedals. So. Okay. And my guitarist was also one in the photo that I showed you before the live stream, because guys, we met Eric and Terence in Milano in the Rocking Park 2018. It was a crazy after show. We talk. I don't know if you remember it. We talk a lot about stuff, and we also with Terence.
What was
Rocking Park? Legend.
I remember that.
You remember that? And
a wedding next door.
Yeah. It was the wedding
outside.
Praticamente fuori c'era nel Legend Club, c'è la prima struttura e la seconda struttura. E la seconda struttura stanno facendo un matrimonio prima del concerto di Suffocation.
I remember that.
And you remember the raining and the stuff.
Oh, yeah, I do remember the raining.
And also I want to say something. A friend of mine, Natas, had a beer and said to Terence, if you want to have a glass of my beer, if you want to drink it, and he basically, Terence grabbed the beer, it started to raining, and basically, for example, this is Terence, this is my friend, Terence, with this beer, and my friend, give me the beer, just like a kind of running situation from that kind of rain.
I think I remember this, and I remember you now.
You remember the stolen beer?
I remember. We were partying, weren't we?
Yeah. If you remember, we also helped you guys to the loadout.
Yeah.
So it was great because I came from Napoli, which is on the south, And basically, I traveled the whole country to see them, and we got a lot. I got to find memories because I was telling you about it before the live stream. So, ragazzi,
I remember it now. I remember all of it now.
Yeah, great. You remember the... Ok, quindi ti ricordi... No, ragazzi, scusate.
Hotel after. There's a weird hotel.
Yeah.
Like
But of course you remember the wedding.
Yeah, oh fuck yeah. That's so all these metal people, and then right there they're having like a nice ceremony all dressed up.
Yeah. In fact, we were like everyone because we of course went to the concert before the door opening. So I got my camo shorts, my Cannibal Corpse t-shirt,
Right.
and in front of me there was people in like elegant and Dolce & Gabbana stuff, and we were like, wow, we are in the right place. So it was very weirdy, but it was good. Ok, ragazzi, scusateci, ma io e Eric ci siamo ricordati che abbiamo fatto una sorta di situazione abbastanza delirante dopo il concerto di Milano praticamente, e quindi stava ricordando che si ricordava dell'after show, si ricordava che il fatto che praticamente il mio amico Nadas ha dato un sorso di birra al suo chitarrista, e il suo chitarrista che si è fregato la birra e se n'è andato. Lui si ricorda proprio della scena di rincorsa della birra, insomma, le cose belle che succedono nei concerti. So, Eric, since of course we have not so much time, because of course you have something to do, not to talk with us all day, we got the few last questions.
Yep.
Since there was the pandemic and the possibility to not touring, what you missed when everything was stopped in 2020? Cosa ti è mancato quando c'è stata la pandemia?
Well, to be honest, it was great because it was like a vacation for me.
Ah, okay.
I got to go home to Canada, where I'm from and live, and I got to go to my cottage with my cousins and all my best friends, and I bought a dirt bike, bought another dirt bike, broke the one, got a four-wheeler. Like, you know, I had so much fun just being on vacation, doing nothing, because I've been on tour for like 6 years with Suffo nonstop, and it's hard to see family, friends, keep up with anything. When you just come home and you find out all this shit happened, you know what I mean? So I got to finally be in one place for a year almost, you know? And I still came over to New York for like 5 months at one point, and then went back home, and you know.
So like, you do not leave it in a hard way. So basically you use it to recharge the batteries, basically.
Yeah, exactly. And it's great. My cottage way out in the middle of the woods, like far the trees, just doing whatever we want. It's fun, drinking.
And what is your relationship with the nature? Because I think that you live in Canada, there is a beautiful nature.
Yeah, I'm always outside. My cottage is all surrounded by giant pine trees, and there's a lake right there, and like we have trails everywhere, and we ride our dirt bikes and four-wheelers, drink, fuck around, throw axes and shit, archery, all that fun stuff. Huge fires, fires, ripping around them.
Okay, well, it was great to know it.
I have a good relationship with nature.
Of course. Quindi ragazzi ho chiesto la sua come è stato durante la pandemia, perché comunque loro per Suffocation hanno fatto tanti tour. Dice che adesso l'hanno preso un po' come una vacanza, anche perché poi dopo 5 mesi comunque è ritornato a New York, però ha praticamente recuperato le amicizie familiari, poi ha detto che ha cazzeggiato un sacco nel cottage, che sta tutto in mezzo alla natura. Io ho detto, senti, ma ti piace la natura? Com'è la natura in Canada? Ha detto, guarda, è molto bella, i fuochi, i falò, la vive bene la cosa. Quindi lui ha detto, guarda, l'ho presa come un'opportunità per ricaricare la batteria. E poi ho ricordato che siccome sta con noi quasi da un'ora e mezza, saranno le ultime domande e poi ci concediamo, anche se comunque spero che si stia piacendo. I hope that you are enjoying this podcast, this interview. In fact, we want to have you in the future for another episode, maybe when the new Suffocation release will be out. You can bring also your fellow guys of Suffocation into a kind of multi guys interview.
Yeah,
so I think it will be fine. Maestro, facciamo l'ultima domanda o...
Allora, sì, facciamo l'ultima domanda.
So, la faccio io o la fai tu?
So io.
Ok,
allora,
vai.
Vediamo un po'. Eric dovrebbe scegliere la bevanda perfetta, quella killer, però quella che riesce a entrare all'interno del ghiaccio e all'interno di un vulcano. Quale sarebbe quella bevanda in your face perfetta per bruciare la gola di Eric, ma allo stesso tempo per bruciare la gola anche di Suffocation e del produttore di Suffocation?
Ah, quindi anche il suono, ok. Eric, the podcast is called The Black Calice, which is Il Calice Nero in Italian. And the beauty of this thing is that we always ask this kind of question at the end. So this is the last question for you for today. We always ask the perfect drink to match with the guest's music. So we are asking the perfect drinks that you say, you sit on your sofa with your glass of whatever you want and say, this is the perfect drink for while listening Suffocation. But nowadays, the Maestro asks you a particular question because not only wants to know the perfect drink for Suffocation, but he wants to make you choose if something really crazy, like a volcano vibes, really tough stuff, but also that cannot be perfect for Suffocation for music. So drink, also for the production, music, and drink. What is the best drink in this setting that the Maestro created only for you?
For me?
Yeah, for me, for you. What is your choice?
Probably a Bloody Mary.
Bloody Mary.
or a Caesar. In Canada, we have a Caesar. You know,
what is made this drink?
It's
Caesar.
It's a Bloody Mary, except it's clamato. And instead of tomato juice, it's clamato. So it's like clam tomato, and you put Worcestershire and hot sauce, salt and pepper, lime, and it's got the rimmer of salt and vodka. I fucking love it. You get all these garnishes with it. They give you like a thing with like pickles, and cheese, and bacon, pickled bean.
It's great. I never heard something like that.
Oh my god, it's the best. If you ever wake up and you're hungover and you can't get rid of it, you drink that and you're like,
you jumpstart your day basically.
Yeah, and then you suck on some White Claws, suck them down.
Ok, quindi praticamente Bloody Mary e anche questo Caesar che sarebbe una sorta di variante più pesante del Bloody Mary che fanno in Canada, che hai detto pure danno pure, che ne so, citriolini, roba varia, cioè molto strana come... Hai capito qual è? Io non l'ho mai sentito. Maestro was familiar with those stuff. So.
L'avevo visto un film, se non mi ricordo male questa storia. L'avevo visto proprio un film.
Ok, quindi Maestro approves.
Good.
And Eric, thanks for your time. It was really funny. Even if at the beginning we got some technical issues, but this is the beauty of make a live stream like that. We hope that you enjoyed the interview as we all do. And if you want to add something before the end of the streaming, you have a free space. Se vuoi aggiungere qualcosa, hai spazio libero.
Allora, di salutarmi
No, Eric, però io ho chiesto. Eric, if you want something.
Maestro, go ahead.
Maestro, go ahead.
Let's go, Maestro.
Aspetta, wait a moment.
You want that? Oh my god.
Yeah, Eric, if you want to add something that's
I don't have anything. You guys all see what's going on here and what we're doing. New album. Hopefully it comes out early next year, or I know we're starting.
Get in touch with Suffocation social media page so we can
exactly keep in touch there, and we should put out some updates shortly. I mean, we're starting the tour in in a month. Oh my god, less than a month. So, thanks for having me here. I had a great time, Smoked a long.
Thanks, Eric. And if you can stay with us even when the live stream ends, so we can have some private greetings only for you. If you can stay with us, because we will end the live stream because we have some announcement to do. Then we will put the outro, and if you can stay with us and not leave the room, we will want to make you a greeting just like we do before the live stream, but we do at the end of it. of course, if you have time, man, no problem about it. And thanks for accepting our invite and be as guest here at Calice Nero. It was great for us to have you. Also to see a little bit of Terence at the beginning, fixing the connection, and it was great. And guys, support music, support Suffocation.
Un grande in bocca al lupo per il tour.
Good luck for the next tour that you have to do, guys.
E mi raccomando, spaccate il culo come sempre.
As always, the Maestro said, as always, kick everything asses on tour.
Mm-hmm.
So, Maestro, if you want to do some announcement about the future episode in Italian, of course, and we will end the interview. Vuoi dire i prossimi appuntamenti?
I prossimi appuntamenti, niente, il 27 ci sono i Monstrosity, quindi
ok, Monstrosity il 27.
Poi diremo più avanti altri eventi.
Dark Tranquillity a giugno.
Sì, il 2 di giugno.
Esatto.
Da Tranquillity ci saranno, quindi ci sarà anche questo evento super, e poi ci saranno vari eventi on the road, veramente c'è tanto da parlare, infatti ne parleremo ampiamente il 27. Niente ragazzi, si sta lavorando per portare altre band, sia grosse sia underground, con agenzie, Filmora e quant'altro, si sta lavorando 24/24, si sta lavorando finalmente alla stesura della ZIN con le produzioni, e niente, quindi noi siamo qua, riporteremo appunto, finalmente portiamo anche Malevole in Creation, che salutiamo veramente con il cuore Eric per la sua disponibilità, è stato veramente un immenso onore, un saluto e un abbraccio anche a Terence, Ops, e un grande in bocca al lupo. La morte vi renderà liberi, il sacro codice 990 è il grande spettacolo, non si fermerà mai.
Okay, thanks Eric for having us, and all you guys that are watching Calice Nero. The episode will stay online, so you can listen all our bullshit even after the live stream on our YouTube channel, Il Calice Nero, youtube.com/ilcalicenero, so you can watch it on Facebook and even on Twitch. So, without further ado, grazie a tutti, buonanotte, and stay with us for the next episode.